What's up, everybody? We are live. Welcome to episode 16 of Hot Book Alert Live. Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. We're checking for sound here. If anybody can hear me, we are live. All right. We have another strong week of comic book sales. Every week seems to be strong. It's weird because it's like this market, the comic book market, seems to be down, but we see strong sales for comic books. Go figure. Go figure. Are we talking outliers? Are we talking exceptions to the rule? I don't know. You tell me. Proper modulation. We're looking for a green tube. So everybody that's in right now, I appreciate you guys for watching. And I just bought a Gen 13. Yeah, one of the books on this thumbnail here. Okay, so my week so far has been in the middle of that week. I went to anniversary sale, and that's where I found some of those books that were in this week's comic book haul. And then so Thursday didn't do anything, and then Friday I called myself going to a collector's fair. Went to a collector's fair, but the guy who put it on ran a card shop, so it was mainly just sports cards, which I really don't know that much about. And it's just like it seems like a hell of a crash course. I'm pretty sure I could pick up on it, but it's just like one more thing. It's just like, no thank you. There were comics there, but because I was hoping that maybe these card guys the card guys that did have comics to sell, maybe they would maybe undersell something or anything like that. No. So I drove, I think, like 40 minutes, paid $5, and I didn't walk out with anything. And I was just like, ugh. But that's how it goes sometimes. Like I can go to a convention and walk out with nothing. I can drive 3 hours and come back with no books. So that's just how it goes. So, and then Saturday I wanted to go out of town to a convention, but just things just didn't work out to where I could. So I just kind of chilled out at home and just got ready for a convention that happened just today. I woke up at 4 a.m. I had my alarm set for 6:30, but I wound up waking up at 4 a.m. And so I was just like, well, I'm up, and went to the convention, helped out a dealer friend of mine. And I stayed the whole time, help set up, then help break down. But I will say, for the first time in a really long time, I actually found Big Remo. Big Remo, what's happening, man? What's up with you? What's good? What's good? What's gully? For the first time in a really long time, I actually found quite a few books. I was surprised. Like I actually spent some money, but I also made some money. I sold a 7.5 Amazing Spider-Man number 194. It was graded as 7.5. Sold that, which pretty much paid for all the books that I bought. So it was a good time. I was happy, and I can't believe I actually found books at a show. That like hardly ever happens, especially nowadays. So very happy, and there were a lot of dealers there that uh, didn't set up at this particular show. Um, that were at this particular show, but they had never set up prior. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, very happy, and yeah, found some really good books. So I would say probably in the next couple of weeks, look out for a comic book haul. And on top of that, I'm gonna try to share my screen with you guys because let's see. Let's see if I can do this. Dashboard. Let's go to dashboard. Okay. We're gonna go to dashboard and we're gonna share. Oops. We're gonna share screen. Window. Chrome tab. Dashboard. Okay. So I'm gonna share screen with you guys. And I am officially at 6,000 subscribers. Long short. No, Mr. Long Short is he's doing some other things right now. So yeah, he got a hold of me and he's just he's doing some other things. But I'm just BSing with you. I'm BSing with you guys right now. Before we get into a hot book alert, we're waiting for more people to jump in. You know how it is. But yeah, so we did. So we got the comic book haul that from this week, which is doing well. I appreciate you guys for watching that. And go back to the dashboard. So we're at 6,000, which is great. especially for this channel. There's some people that if they woke up with 6,000 subscribers, they would jump out of a window. But for me, I'm like, I got my pom poms out. Appreciate you, AOA. Thank you, man. Yeah, that's I'm like, because it was like at five. It was at like 5,999 for like a few days. I'm just like, what's going on here? And then when it hit 6, I was all excited, and then it went back down to 99, and I was just like, come on. So we've surpassed 6,000. Good times, man. Good times. Okay, let's get back here, and I'm going to share my Windows. Share my Windows tab. So we're gonna get out of that. I'm still learning how to do like these live streams. Okay. Thanks, man. Justin Shannon, were you at the Three Rivers Con this weekend? I was just wondering. And if you were, how was it? Because I wanted to go, but I don't know. I just couldn't make it. But yeah. Okay. All right. You know what, man? As much as I wanted to go, at the same time, I was not trying to like because it's downtown. It's in downtown freaking Pittsburgh, and there's like literally like 3 or 4 different things going on in downtown Pittsburgh at that time, and it is like treacherous, like trying to navigate because I was there last year and trying to get out of Pittsburgh. During that time, it was like blood sport, man. I think I almost got shot. It was that bad. There was a concert. Yeah, the Kenny Chesney concert, and then you had the parade going, and then you had maybe, and I'm thinking there's like some sort of like art festival that was going on downtown too. So Yeah, man, it was just too much, and like the thought of like paying for parking, which is probably like $15 for the day, and then I would have had to do like the early bird. Thank you, appreciate you, Bob H. Yeah, man. The thought of paying for parking, and then like their early bird is not an hour, it's like a half hour. So you got to pay $10 just to do like an extra 30 minutes, like a 30 minutes early. And I was just like, I can't do it. Yeah. Like I tell you what, no, I'm not gonna say I can't do it. I was willing to do that. I was willing to pay $10 just for 30 minutes. Just to get in 30 minutes earlier. Yeah, Justin Shannon. Yeah. But yeah, it was just yeah, it was just too much going on. All right, everybody. Uh I think Werewolf by Night, Red Band Very. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I'm gonna have to look that up. Werewolf by Night, Red Band variant, the decal. I don't think I've ever seen that. It is a street in Cleveland. Hopefully it's not too dangerous. Hopefully kids can, you know, can walk down the street in peace and play in their front yards. But yeah, man, I tell you what, let's get into it. We got a great show lined up for you guys. For right now, it's just me. Maybe some other guys will pop in, but I've been carrying this channel all by myself for 10 years. So what else is new? Yeah. I tell you what, I like we were I was I was really thinking like the Timvo tribute show. I was kind of going back and forth. Should do it earlier, do it later. But 9 o'clock is pretty much the only time I can really do this. So yeah, man. Did you hear? Uh-oh. Okay, so my buddy Mike, he's what happened in Akron? What happened in our old stomping ground there? I know Akron is getting lit. Akron is getting lit uh lately. It's been Akron has been hot lately, so yeah, for sure. What's up? They call me Bruce. What's happening? All right, we got people in the I've been trying to like start the show for the mean streets of Akron. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's where me and my buddy Mike we went to the University of Akron. We went to yeah. And this was dude, a mass shooting. Yeah, yeah. Jeez, I believe that. A mass shooting in Akron. You know what? Probably them ne'er do wells at the zips. All right, man. I've been trying to start this show for some time now. All right, let's get into it. We're gonna start things off with this book here. So we've got Detective Comics number 10 from 1937. I love this book. So this is a Platinum Age variant. So this is a Craig Flessel cover. Craig Flessel. There's something I don't know what it is. There's like this charm to these pre-Batman Detective Comics. I freaking love these, man. And when if you look at the art, like it's like I say this a lot about these Platinum Age covers, about this in Platinum Age art in general, that it just it's so of its time, and we're just so used to the retro look of things. But this is, characters that were drawn in art that is of its time. And I don't know, it's just super interesting. And you look at the colors on this thing. So you have the green lettering with the purple band around it, which is pretty. You don't see that a lot. You really actually don't see that at all. And then you got the yellow car with the red stripe and highlights and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot going on with this cover. I love it. Love this thing to death. Okay, so you take a look at the census on this thing. So it's about 17 total, and you have a signature series. I wonder who that signature is. I'm curious who that signature is, but 17 total. They seem to be, the majority of them are in the 4.0 range, and so yeah, not a lot. Definitely not a lot, and a lot isn't expected when it comes to these Platinum Age books like this. But solo tonight, it seems like it. It seems like it, but you never know. Some people might be jumping on at some point. But yeah, man, we show must go on. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we had a CGC 2.5 of Detective Comics number 10 that sold for $5,500, which is that is hella impressive. So I want to take a look at this thing. Let's take a look. All right. Not too many photos. All you get, you know what? For a book that sold for $5,000, I know Stan Lee would sign anything. That's what that's the understanding. Stan Lee would sign anything. Yeah, yeah, definitely. To me, this is the type of thing that would stop, like if I saw this at a convention, this Detective Comics number 10, this is the type of book that would stop me dead in my tracks for sure. I like this type of book. Now, would I be able to afford it? Probably not. But it's cool to look at anyway. It would definitely stop me. So I want to make sure we can get a really good picture of this. Fred Flintstone. It's about that old. It's honestly, to me, the Platinum Age is prehistoric. So this thing looks amazing. So let's dive into this thing really quick. Let's dive into this thing. Okay, so I can kind of see why it would be like a 2.5, because it's kind of chewed up along those like along this edge right here, like around on this at the corner and at the spine. You can see where. And then let's see. Yeah. Actually, to me, this looks a lot better than a 2.5 though. And you can see, and you got this little chunk out of the corner here, but still, I don't know. This thing looks a hell of a whole lot better than a 2.5. Like if they had graded this, say at a 3.5, I would be like, okay, all right. But yeah, this thing is so beautiful. Pre-superhero, prehistoric, as a matter of fact. Clayton Crane signature. I would take a Clayton Crane no, just as long as he didn't remark it. How about that? This 2.5 looks great. So there must be, I don't know. It looks like it smells good. Yeah, there's something about that purple. There's something about the purple. It looks like it smells like grape. But yeah, this thing is gorgeous. I it's like I kind of want to look at the greater notes on this, but I don't want to halt the show too badly looking at it though. But yeah, this thing is a beauty. Platinum Age, I'm on it. I'm all over it. Okay, what are we doing? What's next? What are we talking about next? All right, so we've got this book here. Look at this, man. Look at this. So we've got Showcase number 4. So first appearance of the Flash, aka Barry Allen. Everybody is Barry Allen everybody's favorite Flash, or is it Wally West? Who's everybody's favorite Flash? And not the black Wally West either. I'm talking the redhead Wally West. The black Wally West don't count. But let's see. I can't. So AOA says I can't stand Barry Allen, but this book kicks ass. Wally rules. Right on. Yeah, I think I grew up with Wally more. Like Barry Allen as the Flash at this point seems more like a novelty. You know what I mean? I'm not a fan of either. Okay, so look at the so this book here is pretty much the this marks the Silver Age. So this is like you know, you have those books that kind of mark particular ages. Action Comics #1, you know, when it comes to the Golden Age, the Bronze Age. Which book marks the Bronze Age? It is the Green Arrow, Green Lantern, I believe number 74, and then the Copper Age. Not necessarily a book, but more like books that kind of enter the threshold of like 1984. You know, like those kind of books. Either 1983 or 1984. I'm thinking 1984. I'm thinking 1984 is marks the Copper Age, and then you got this book from 1954. Or is it no 1956? Sorry, 1956, and this marks the Silver Age. But 601 on the census, and yeah, that's about okay. So I never see this book. Well, you know what? We'll get into the condition in some time. But Barry did two things: die and removed Amazo's brain in the Nail storyline. Here's a greater note from that action spine. Okay. So spine split piece left out of bottom of back, cover thin, choose edges. Okay. Commemorative choose. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot going on with that detective. So okay. All right, thank you for looking that up. I appreciate that. But yeah, man. All right, so let's get into the price of this thing. So a CGC 3.5 of Showcase #4, first appearance of The Flash, sold for $21,000. A 3.5 sold for $21,000. Yikes. That's and okay, so the thing about a book like this, so let's take a really good look at this book here. All right. So this book I never see okay, so the few copies that I have seen in person, I never see one that is in solid shape. Every time I see one, like if you see this cursor here, like either the top of the cover is missing, or like there's some sort of diagonal tear where like maybe the bottom half of the cover is missing. So I've never seen a complete cover of Showcase number 4 in person. So yeah, man, this thing is the condition on this for a 3.5, man, this thing is beautiful. So let's get a look. Let's get a look at this bad boy. All right. You can see, I don't know if you guys can take a look. There's a bit of a water stain right there in the corner, but I can't imagine that's that big of a deal. But the colors on this are pretty damn deep. I'm with this. I'm with this a lot. My God, whoever had this, God bless him. Wow. You know what? Yes, please. if you have the greater notes tool handy, I would, yeah, that'd be awesome. Let's see what's going on. So okay, so here is the number here. We'll give Bruce a chance to read the number, the serial number on the slab there. But yeah, this thing is very solid. I wonder. I'm curious as to what like a higher grade we go for. My God, like a 6. Would a 6 go for like, I don't know, what, 75 grand or something like that? Just a 6. Wow, this thing is so beautiful, man. Deep colors on this, very presentable. Look at that. And this looks a lot better. I'll be honest with you, this looks a lot better than a 3.5 though. You know? Like if this thing had a 4.0 on the label there, I would believe it. And I'd just go with it. Cuz this thing looks a lot better than a 3.5. So, phew. All right, $21,000 for a 3.5. Damn. All right, and we'll come now. If Bruce has the notes for this, we'll come back to it. All right, now this book we got a Silver Age classic, and now we have a Golden Age horror classic. So we have Chamber Chills, number 19 from 1953. This is, so what is this? What is this? Is this the horror cover? What say you? What say you? Now, this is the cover to the Misfits album, right? Die, my dark, die, my. Okay, so going back to the showcase number 4. So the note: left center back cover, small tear, right bottom hole, book light stain throughout spine, light foxing, whole book crease, whole book soiling, and book wear. Okay, all right. Yeah, I love. All right, thank you, Bruce. Thanks for that. Die, my darling. I freaking love that song, and I swear I had the best. I had a Misfits album kicking around here somewhere. I'm trying to see if I still. I could have swore I still had it, but I don't see it. I'm up here rummaging around, making way too much sound. But yeah, love the Misfits. But yeah, this is this, I would say this is probably top 5 horror covers. What say y'all? What say y'all? Okay, so if you take a look at the census on this, So we've got 142 total, which is, I don't know, to me that seems low because this is a book that everybody knows about, and it seems like this is the type of book that if you have it, you slab it. You know what I'm saying? You just aren't going to keep it in a collection. You'll just go. I mean, well, you'll keep it in your collection, but you just won't. You just won't have it flapping around in the breeze. You'll get this thing slabbed up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Chamber of Chills 19, top 2 horror covers. All right, okay. Now I said top 5, but AOA said top 2, and I'm not gonna argue with that. I'm not gonna argue with that. But yeah, and this is a book that I have never ever seen in person, and I mean ever. So let's take a look at the price on this. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. So a CGC 1.0, a freaking, yeah, exactly. You get it. You just go ahead and get it slabbed, get it encapsulated, and then you call it a day. So a 1.8 sold for $8,399. So let's get a really good look at this. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what's doing. All right. So we've got, okay. So the cover is detached. So that explains a lot. But the fact, okay, so you have a cover detached Chamber of Chills 19 that's still sold for damn near $9,000. So that's pretty damn impressive. Look at that. And the image that you want to see, the part of the cover that is the money maker, is pretty much intact there. Look at that. No rips on the woman's face, no shenanigans going on with this part of the cover here. But yeah, man. Woo. Okay. Let's take a look at the back. Yeah. Okay. So I would say if the cover were attached, and you can see where you can see that where the staples are heavily rusted, and I mean heavily rusted. Because you can see that migration like all on the cover. Okay, so since it is detached, and if the cover were attached, this would probably be what, like a 4 or something like that. And this thing would go for even more than that. It would go for probably what, triple? So if this were a 4.0 cover attached, this would probably go for how much? How much are you guys thinking? If the cover weren't detached on this, what would the grade be if there were no detachments here? What would the grade be? And what would the price be? All right. So notes for this book: detached, cover multiple stain, cover rippling, warping covered, whole book. Okay. Thanks for that. Okay, so I don't know. They make a deal out of like the ripples on the cover, but I don't know. To me, if it's not a color break, I couldn't care less. You know what I mean? But yeah, nice. Thank you, Bruce. It would be a 3.0. Okay, all right. Damn, this is a beauty. Gosh, there's so much to say about this. I love the cufflinks, but beautiful cover, beautiful, man. This is a top. This is the type of book that you would have and you could build your collection around for sure. All right, what's next? All right, we got another horror book. So we have oh crap. What number is this? Darn it. Beware. I forgot to put the. Okay, so this is Beware number 10. from 1954, and this is a Frank Frazetta cover. All right. So $50 to do as you please. Add on the bag. um so 72 total on the census. All right. Okay. Now this is a book I really don't see that much of. So 72. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It's looking like a roller coaster ride there. So you got some ups and some downs. But yeah, this isn't a bad looking. I don't know, as far as the cover image goes or the cover composition and the colors and all that. This is a really nice looking zombie cover. All right, so we had a CGC 2.5 sell for 15.59. So let's take a quick look at this bad boy here. The pictures on this are awful. Pictures are awful, but we'll try to make do with what we got. You would think, I don't know, if you're selling something for $1,500 plus, you would go ahead and take better pictures. But hey, that's just me. That's just me. But yeah, even with these crappy photos, you got 15, you got well over $1,500 out of it. So okay, all right, you can make out what's going on. But I think the main thing is you have the lady in the red dress, woman in the red dress, in danger. You got the zombies in the back. Yeah, zombies in the fore in the background. And for a 2.5, this thing looks. Yeah, this looks like a 2.5 to me. This looks like a 2.5. But yeah. Okay. Not too much I wanted to say about it, but I thought that price was pretty damn respectable for such a low grade book. You know what I'm saying? All right. What's next? Oh, we got some superhero jank happening here. So we have Captain America Comics number 78. So this is from 1954. This is a John Romita cover. This is a John Romita. Now, John Romita is the Silver Age, Bronze Age guy. We all know him and love him as a Bronze Age, Silver Age guy. But and primarily when it comes to Spidey, you know what I'm saying? He is probably the Spider-Man artist, but he did his thing in the Golden Age and he drew Captain America. So yeah, man, sweet Romita. Yeah, man. I was really surprised when I learned that this was a John Romita cover. Even though, and oddly enough, and if you take a look between the commie sludge monster, like right between his legs, you can see a John Romita signed it right there, signed his artwork right there. So, which you don't ever see except with like maybe Bob Kane or something like that. Like, you know, you don't see artists put their name on their work, especially, you know, during the Golden Age. You hardly ever see that. Okay, so 100. Now, what I love about this, everybody says that Captain America, you know, punched Nazis, but he was also a commie smasher too. Don't you ever forget that. He smashed commies. So just something to take, just something to keep in the back of your head. He's got that light-filled chest. 129 total on the census. What's the highest? It looks like about a 9.2. But yeah, that sounds about right. Because this is another book I never see. I never see like those post World War II Captain Americas. Like never. So the fact that one came up for sale is pretty damn impressive to me. But that shield strap, it's just kind of, you know, it's just like dangling around. All right, so let's take a look. All right, so we've got a CGC 4.5 that sold for $2,300. I like this book a lot, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right. Yeah, baby. All right. Okay. So, yeah, this looks about right when it comes to a 4.5. But yeah, you ain't lying. That chest is like so yeah, for sure. Especially yeah, man, especially for these like late golden age Captain Americas, man. I never see these like ever. So this is okay, so yeah, it was a buy it now. So I have to imagine that if this thing gets sold, if this thing had went to auction, where would we be with this thing? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I would have to imagine. Do you think this thing would go for at least? Do you think this would go for double? If so, it went for 20. How much? How much did I say? 2,300. Do you think it would go for close to double if this thing had gone to auction? Because a 4.5 for a golden ager like this is pretty damn. That's pretty respectable. Okay, so are we seeing shades of John Romita here? Are we seeing the okay, so they call me Bruce with the coming in with the grader's notes, moisture damage, wiping back cover reader's crease, front cover spine split, top of cover, heavy fingerprints on cover, moderate spine stress lines to cover. All right. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so as far as the art goes, do we see John Romita here, the John Romita that we know? Do we see the Spider-Man John Romita? Hmm? Or is he just kind of like it seems to me because I'm not really seeing like that signature John Romita style that we know, but I don't know. I don't know what it is with CGC. Like they never use punctuation when it comes to their grader notes. It's just like they just type. They just type. No, like no dots, no dashes. They just type. They just go. But yeah, man. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. You know what? I'm noticing that hip is off. Look at that. He's got back. He's showing some ass right there. Captain America showing some ass. But yeah, I'm not really seeing the only thing that lets me know this is John Romita is his name on the cover right there. That's it. That's it. But the fact that he did draw a Golden Age Captain America is pretty damn impressive, and I want this book even more so now. All right, let's take a look at the back. Okay, so yeah, you can see what's going on here. You got some ladies undergarments for this is not bikini style. I didn't know the word bikini was a thing in 1954. So, okay. All right. I thought that was like a I thought that was like early 60s thing or even a late 50s like the bikini. Like that word was like maybe a late 50s thing. So, but yeah. Yeah, Bucky, he's looking destroyed on this art here, on this cover. So yeah. All right. Listen, I could stare at this cover all day. I really like this cover a lot. All right, we're moving on. We're moving on expeditiously. Okay, so GI Combat number 87. So this is the first appearance of Haunted Tank. Now, this is a book that I've been after for a while, but I never see like a decent copy for the price and for the grade. You know what I'm saying? Like I have wanted the first appearance of Haunted Tank for a while, but I don't know. I never see it. So I want to get something. I want to have the listing ready if I can. I don't know if I have it. Okay, here it is right here. All right. Okay, so if we take a look, okay, so this is a book that everybody kind of knows about, and 206. I don't know. That seems kind of, I don't know. That seems low to me. Bikini was named after Bikini Islands, where the Adam. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Something is like kind of. Okay. Thank you for that. Because that sounds familiar to me. The Bikini Islands. I don't. But yeah. Okay. So Bikini was named after the Bikini Islands, where the atom bomb was exploded. Okay. Explosions. But yeah, 206. I don't know. That seems low. That seems low. All right, so let's take a look. Okay, so we had a CGC 2. Oh, rather a CGC 7.0 sell for $2,345. So let's take a quick look. So a 7.0 of this sold for a little over 2,000, which is very respectable. And this is a very respectable grade. I'm not mad at this. A 7.0 of this thing. And we only get a single picture. You only get a single picture of this. Come on. Give me the back cover at least. Damn. But yeah. Not too much that I wanted to say about this. It was just like that price. The price on this was really nice. So I thought it was worth talking about. So first appearance of Haunted Tank. I like this book a lot. Seems low for the grade. Yeah. Just okay. So this was, how much did I say it was? 20. Oh shoot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I forgot to share my screen so you guys can see. Okay, so you got okay, so take a look at this 7.0. And we only get a single picture when it comes to this listing here. And like I said, it's a buy it now. So I got to imagine this thing, if it went to auction or if the seller had set a higher price, this thing would go for a hell of a whole lot more. I'm thinking, shoot, man, for a 7.0, I'm thinking, what do you guys think? I'm thinking 4. I'm thinking 4,000, but I don't know. What say you? What say you on this GI Combat 87 and a 7.0? Looks good though. I like this a lot. I've been after this book for years, but I don't know. Every time I come across a copy, the condition's off and it's always overpriced. So, all right. What are we doing next? All right, Frankenstein. Frankenstein number 1 from 1945. So this is from Prize Comics. This is a Dick Briefer cover. Okay, so back to GI Combat number 87. Spine stress lines, top front cover, crease breaks color, whole book wear, all corners, whole book wear at all edges. Okay. Now, yeah, because for a 7.0 and for it to have like wear like that, okay. That seems I don't know, seems generous for it to be a 7.0. So, okay. All right. Appreciate that. All right. So we've got Frankenstein number 1 from 1945. Dick Briefer. Dick Briefer cover, everybody. All right. So we're going to take a look at this. The census on this is pretty damn low. Census on this is pretty low. And I wanted to try to find the listing for this. Okay. Yeah, okay, so yeah, it does. I'm not a fan of this cover at all, but the price that I saw was worth mentioning. You know what I mean? So 67 total. Looks like the highest is about, it looks like about damn. Looks like a 9.6. Okay. All right. Very respectable. Origin of the flat top. You ain't lying. All right. So we have a CTC 3.0 that sold for $2,026. So I'm going to share the screen and we're going to take a look. So again, I'm not a fan of this book, but I thought that, okay, for a 3.0 to sell for $2,000, that's pretty, to me, that's noteworthy. So I thought it was worth getting into. All right. You got the tears, along the edges here. A lot of wear, but I will say that Frankenstein's face, there's no tears there, no rips. You got a store stamp, which is fine. And then you take a look at the back. I don't know. To me, this looks a hell of a whole lot better than the 3.5. I mean, than the 3. Okay, all right. So you can see right here, you have this chunk missing right there. So that might count as a detachment. Okay. Yeah, I mean, but this is pretty solid in my opinion. But for a 3.5, I'm not mad at it. All right. Again, not too much I wanted to say about it because I really don't like this cover that much. But noteworthy price. All right. Ooh, we got another Captain America. I should have bunched in the Captain Americas. I should have bunched those in. All right. So Captain America Comics, number 29 from 1943. All right. So Captain America, he had been, okay, so from 41 to what, 54? When so he had been around for what? 13, 14 years before kind of like superheroes got phased out and then he kind of disappeared. So he was around for he was around for a very good long while. Okay, so Captain America Comics number 29. And I want to try to find that listing. We're still trying to figure things out. Okay. All right. Okay. Alex Schomburg cover. And if you take a look at that census here. Okay, so for the Frankenstein number 1, detached centerfold, detached cover, light pieces out of cover, light staining to cover, light tears to cover, moderate creasing to cover, moderate spine stress lines to cover. All right, thank you. So that was for the Frankenstein here. So yeah, there's okay, so that 3.0 makes a lot more sense. All right. Oh wow. Captain America 72. Oh wow. Yeah, that's a book like these golden age Captain Americas, late golden agers is just like I'll just stare at them on the internet. How about that? That's as good as it gets for me. 64 total on the census. It looks like the highest is a 9. Looks like a 9 too. Ooh, okay. I'm not mad at that. All right. So so we've got a CGC 2.0, CGC 2.0 that sold for $1,300. Okay, so let's take a look at this thing. Looks horrible. This thing looks awful. This thing looks worse than the 2.0. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. This thing looks terrible. But somebody wanted it for what? How much did I say? Like around 1,300? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, so last issue of Cap. Last issue of Cap 1941 series ended with number 78 in 1954. Okay. Okay, so was that before it went to Captain America's Weird Tales, or is that part of it as well? Is that when it became kind of like a horror title? Is that part of it? All right. Mine look worse. Looks immaculate compared to what I sold. Wow. Okay. All right. You know what? It's a golden age Captain America. What am I doing talking about the condition? Silly me. Just be happy to have a golden age Captain America. You know what I mean? I should just be happy with that. But I gotta ridicule it, even though I don't have it. But yeah, this thing is solid. It's all right. I'm not too mad at it. At least Cap is there front and center, and he's got the blue on the shield. But yeah, and you got Bucky looking crazy. All right. I guess I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can't be mad at this. But yeah, I just thought this again another noteworthy price for a low grade Captain America. And to me, it probably could have went for more. Weird Tales, Weird Tales cap was just 73. Okay, all right. All right. What's next? Okay, so we got Millie the Model #1 from 1945. I don't know. I like this. I like this book a lot. This is definitely something I never see out in the wild. Number 74. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So it became like the Weird Tales at 74. Okay. All right. So you got 43 total on the census, 40 universal, and 3 restored. And we have a CGC 1.0 that sold for $13.50. Very respectable. I'm going to take a look at this thing very quickly. The glare monster is strong on this. So origin of Millie the Model. How does Millie have an origin? Did she get bitten by, was she like fat and like a pretty radioactive girl bit her and then she became pretty herself? I don't know. I don't know. What's her what's an average girl's origin? But yeah, wow. Okay, so I can see what's going on. I can see why this thing is a 1.8. So you can take a look at this back here. Like this thing got all cut up. It's pretty, the back is pretty destroyed, even though the corners are nice. And then you got the you got holes in the cover here, you know, it's punctured and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I could see why it would be a 1.8, but it's still very very highly presentable. Yeah, that's a lot of red, man. That's a lot of red. But not to, again, with this book as well, not too much I wanted to say, but it's just you know, for a 1.8, for this thing to sell for $1,300, 1,300 plus, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, we got to keep it moving. Okay, so when I came back from the convention today, I was like super hungry. And like I stopped at some place I had never been to before. I waited in the drive-through line. I think I stopped at like Raising Cane's. Never been there before. Took my order, and it was like, it came to like $13. It was like a sandwich, fries, and mac and cheese. And something had happened at the line where there was like, where things were kind of backed up. And I was just so annoyed at paying $13 for just a single ass sandwich. I just pulled off. Like I was getting ready to, like, you know, pay for my order, and I just pulled off, and then I just went and got a pizza. So I ate damn near the whole pizza, and I drank some. I had some drink. I drank some alcohol. And now my tummy hurts. Now my tummy hurts. It hurts just a little bit. So I can't wait to go to sleep. I can't wait to get some rest. I can't wait to get some water. My tummy hurts. Okay, so the notes to Millie are, let's see, detached centerfold, slice center of front cover, multiple puncture, center of whole book, moderate creasing to cover, multiple piece out of cover, multiple scissor cuts. That's what was going on there. Okay, yeah, it looked like somebody took a box cutter and just to the back. Okay, all right. So yeah, man, I cannot wait to get some water and go to sleep, and hopefully we don't have the pee dream. All right, what's next? What are we doing next? All New Comics number 48. So model origin in 1945 could have been a horror show. a bunch of handsy Hollywood producers and execs, modeling execs. I saw that movie. I saw like parts of that movie, the Marilyn Monroe biopic with the Cuban chick. Where the one Hollywood exec just was like, took her in a room, just kind of like bent her over and just sent her on her way. It's like, whoa. So yeah, okay, yeah, it could have been a horror show. Hey, this is the Jordan flu game. I gorged myself on pizza and booze, and here I am. Okay, so all new comics, all new comics number 8 from 1944. So we have a beautiful Alex Schomburg cover. All right. So 25 on the census, and 25 on the census. I mean, it's the equivalent. You know, I'm not saying I'm MJ, but you know, this is the equivalent of that for me. You know what I'm saying? Uh 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 oh shoot. What am I? Where am I? Where am I? Where is this listing at? Where's this listing? Here we go. All right, there we go. Okay. 25 on the I know. Listen, I'd never seen this cover before. So, you know, I was kind of impressed when I saw it and I saw the price. But 25 on the census. You know, it looks like the highest is about an 8 or something like that. And we have a point 0.5 restored, a point 0.5, a point 0.5 freaking restored. I know. I know. A point 0.5 freaking restored that sold for $1,500. I can't believe that. Yikes. Look at that. Okay, so let's take a look at this bad boy here. Okay. Look, this thing is a big old yikes. Look at this thing. It's still sold for $1,500. Damn. Okay, so all 3 edges. So purple label. All 3 edges are trimmed, and this thing is detached. So this thing is just how do you okay, so the cover is already detached. Why are you trimming the edges? What's the point? What's the point? I don't know. I don't know. You tell me. But yeah, look at that. This thing is destroyed and it still went for $1,500. Look at that. I'm kind of like, okay, so Harvey Publications. Yeah, this looks like a Harvey book. All right. I mean, I like this guy here. The guy with the knife. What are you, dude? Okay, all right. I mean, listen, I'm happy for the seller, but I'm just like, damn, you really buying a 0.5 for 1,500? Like for 1,500, you could like buy pretty much anything else. Okay, so the notes on all new comics number 8, cover completely split and detached, all 3 edges of back cover trimmed, pieces out to cover. Damn, look at that. It's just too much for 50. Like this is too much going on for 1,500. I couldn't do it. And it's a purple label too. Ugh. All right, man. All right, we got to keep this thing pushing. But damn. Okay. Wonder Woman number 12 from 1945. So we have a Harry G. Peter cover. Harry G. Peter, not to be outdone by Dick Briefer. You know what I'm saying? But Wonder Woman number 12 from 1945. We take a look at that census there. And let's see. There's a lot. Here's the thing. There's a lot of like really strong Golden Age sales going on. So, you know, and I don't mind talking. Like, I'll put Modern Age on the thumbnail, but You'll catch me talking about Golden Age most of the time. It is what it is. But okay, so um this CGC 6.5 sold for $2,700. So I guess you can say this is what an atomic bomb cover or a bomb cover or something like that. So yeah, I just want to take a very quick look at this, like very briefly, because we have like a hell of a whole lot more books to get to. Okay. All right, so let's take a look. Just very quickly. This thing is a very solid looking 6.5, especially for a golden ager. This thing looks gorgeous for a golden age book. Like if you had told me this was a 7, I would believe it. Look at that. Beauty. Beauty. Okay. So that's all I wanted to do is just briefly touch on I just wanted to briefly touch on Wonder Woman. You know what I'm saying? Just briefly touch on Wonder Woman. All right. And that sold for $2,700 for a 6.5. Yikes. Beautiful cover. Okay, so we have Batman number 55 from 1949. Dick Sprang, not to be outdone by Harry G. Peter, not to be outdone by Dick Briefer. Dick Sprang, everybody. Beautiful Joker cover. Take a look at the census on this thing. 202 total. That sounds about right. That sounds about right for a beautiful late Golden Age book. And slight browning on that Wonder Woman there. Okay, I'm gonna try to find that listing. Okay, here we go. All right. So a 6.0, a CGC 6.0. I've basically talked about nothing but CGC books. No raws so far. Which is interesting. Okay, so and this is a book I just briefly want to take a look at. So now this went to auction. This was not a buy it now. So this sold for $2,358. So a little over $2,300 for a Batman 55. Okay. Look at that. $2,300 for a 6.0. Okay. I mean, and this is Golden Age Joker. Okay, this isn't like goofy, silly Silver Age Joker. This is still, murder and mayhem Golden Age Joker. So I'm not mad at this. I like this a lot. I dig this. So yeah, man. All you really get is a front and back cover. So, and then you got the cool Joker logo right there. And so the Joker is broadcasting all over the nation, and Batman and Robin are breaking into his pirate radio station in order to stop him. Okay. All right. I'm with it. Okay. I like this a lot. What's the key? Let's see. Okay, so Golden Age creator names were Hardcore Savage. Yes, they were. After picking out the comics for the name of the men and not the comic. Right? Exactly. Future of social media. They this is predicted right here on the cover of Batman number 55. This is a great Joker cover. And we still have and this is still the Golden Age Joker too. This is still like the hardcore Joker. and then he gets kind of neutered in the Silver Age. So yeah, this is pre-code Joker right here. This is the real deal. Pirate Radio. What law will the Joker? It's listed as a key, but there isn't. Oh, okay. I understand. Okay. Yeah, I mean, probably just because it's a Golden Age Joker cover. You know what I'm saying? It's a pre-code Golden Age Joker cover. Joker late night R&B man, yo, my man. For he hosting the For Lovers Only show on on the local R&B station. All right. What's next? I like this Joker cover. So, okay, Planet Comics number 72. Planet Comics number 72. So this is from 1953. Maurice Whitman cover, Golden Age sci-fi. I like, man, you know what? All of these selections here I like. So I'm not really saying anything revolutionary. They're just cool covers. But where is the listing? If I can find it. Okay, here it is right here. Here it is right here. Okay, so 78 total on the census. It's looking like a roller coaster ride. And then you got like some restored going on at the same time. Wow, there's a lot. Okay, so a CGC 1.8 sold for $435. Let's touch on this. Let's touch on this very briefly. This thing is beat. Yes, it looks very much like a 1.8, but the fact that it's still sold for $400 is, we got cone tits. Nice. I'm not mad at this. Hot Lady in Peril. And she's still keeping it. She still got her platforms on it, y'all. She still got her sexy platforms on. But yeah, good looking cover. And I can see why it's a 1.8, but the fact that this 1.8 still sold for $400 is pretty respectable. And I'm not mad at this chick here. Not mad here. Not mad at her. But looking at this book a couple weeks back too. Oh wow, okay. Love Planet Comics. Yeah, man. You know what? I like Planet Comics too, and I don't have any Planet Comics myself. Go figure. Prima donna cone boobs. Exactly. I don't know why the Madonna song "Open Your Heart to Me," or there's that Madonna movie, like concert movie that she did like back in the early 90s, and I'm thinking about this, like where she had like the Madonna, like the cone bra. I'm thinking that's what this reminds me of. Anyway. We have a lot more books to get to. All right. Okay. So now we're getting into the modern age stuff. So this is a book that I like. Truth or Dare. Truth or Dare. Truth or Dare. Yes. And I remember that's not Dave Stevens. I think I might have given Dave Stevens the night off tonight. I'm not quite sure, but I think I did. But yeah, Truth or Dare. And I believe Warren Beatty made an appearance in the movie as well, because they were in Dick Tracy together. I saw Dick Tracy in the theater back when I was a kid. The movie Dick Tracy. All right. So this is a variant. All-Star Comics #1 from 1999. So this is a retailer representative edition, aka the RRP variant. And this is at a time when variants really weren't a thing all like that. If you remember, so 1999, and then you jump to like 2002 with Batman Hush, Batman 608, the RRP variant. You know what I'm saying? But variants really weren't a thing just yet. So this is so if you take a look at the census on this, you got 25 total, but only 398s. Okay. Okay. Now we've got a raw copy, a raw All-Star Comics #1 from 1999 that sold for $400. This thing sold. Listen, here's the thing. I'd never seen this thing before. I didn't even know this thing existed. So All-Star Comics variant that sold for $400. Damn, that is very respectable. I'll tell you what, let's take a really quick look at this thing. Really quick look. And yeah, okay. God, this thing is so far back. So this thing is so far back. Look, the comics code is still on it. A variant with the comics code still on it. Yeah, man, this thing. Warren Beatty still owns the right to Dick Tracy. And yeah, this thing, like I said, I'd never seen this thing before. Like if I had seen this, like say in a long box at a show or at a store, I probably would have passed by it. You know what I mean? But now I won't. But yeah, look at this. Beauty. Okay, I'm not mad at this at all. I forgot. This looks like a. Who did the art on this cover? I did not. So this artist looks really familiar, and I did not look up who did the art on this cover. And the artist is looking really familiar, and the name is on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite. I just can't. But I know this artist. But yeah, good looking cover there. All right. What's next? Okay, so we have Miles Morales, Ultimate Spider-Man #1, the variant from 2014, 1 in 50 Fiona Staples variant. I mean, 195 on the census. We have what? 199 already. We've got a 99 of this thing. Oh boy. So the 99 pre-screens are taking a toll, as we see. And 131 9/8s, along with 11 Signature Series 9/8s. And we have a 9/8 that sold for 4,150. I know the high is what, like 5,000, but still, still respectable price for a 9/8. Not too much I wanted to say about it, but just it's noteworthy. Okay, I want to talk about this one right here. I want to talk about this. So Cyberpunk 2077 Trauma Team #1. Now this was that variant that you had to pre-order, right? I forget the details of how you got this, but it wasn't necessarily available in stores. You had to order it online. Am I right? This Cyberpunk, this pink variant here, I totally forget the details on this. But let's take a look at the census. So 29 total, and it looks like all of them are 9/8s. So 20. Oh no, not all of them are 9/8s. The vast majority of them are 9/8s. Okay, all right. Dave Johnson was the artist. Thank you, Dave Johnson. Thank you. Thanks, AOA. Dave Johnson. Okay. So for Cyberpunk, this variant here, okay, let's take a look. CGC 9.8 sold for $1,450. Now, I thought the Cyberpunk, I don't know. I thought these books would have gone down at some point, but no, a 9.8 sold for $1,400. So that's pretty damn respectable to me. I don't know what they were going for, like when they were first released, like at the height, like because this came out in 2020, so I have to imagine a lot of these books were going for just crazy money, like in say 2020, 2021, 2022. You know what I'm saying? So for this to still be at $1,400 in a 9.8, okay, that's very respectable. Very respectable. Okay. What's next? Oh, okay. All right. I'm not mad at this. So we've got Danger Girl 2, the J. Scott Campbell variant. So this is the platinum foil. And this is the smoking gun cover, limited to 1,500 copies. And hold on a sec. I got a cough. Hold on. Okay. So let's take a look at this thing. All right, so 94 total on the census. So for a book with 1,500 copies out there, only 94 are in the CGC census. Boo, J. Scott Campbell. But yeah, so for a book with 1,500 copies, only 94 is pretty. It's interesting. I would think a hell of a whole lot more people would go ahead and get this thing graded. But all right, all right, and let's take a look. So we have a CGC 9.8 that sold for $1,100. 1,100. I'm not mad at that. I tell you what, let's take a quick look. Let's take a quick look, really, real expeditiously. My tummy still hurts from the beer and the pizza, so you know. Okay, just something, yeah. Yeah, a 9.8, Danger Girl number 2. This a 9.8 is pretty cut and dry, so I just wanted to talk about that. Just touch on it real quick. I just wanted to touch on it. I just wanted to touch on that ass real quick. You know what I'm saying? All right, now this book here, this freaking book. Okay, so Amazing Spider-Man number 20. This is that. I don't know what the heck's going on with this. So now I was kind of hoping more people would be on, just so I can get a better explanation of what's going on here. Okay, so this is the Unkilo clothing edition. So Jason Poland is what, a clothing designer, artist? I don't know, a t-shirt artist? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But he so I believe this was available, I don't know, in France. I don't know. Listen, if there's anybody out there, like, I claim to know shit, but I don't know anything. I'm just up here. I'm asking y'all, what is going on with Amazing Spider-Man number 20, this Unkilo variant? I don't know. I don't know. But we have, we'll take a look at the census, and you see 19 total. That's really interesting. That's very interesting, because it seems like a lot more people would have gotten this thing slabbed, especially for the price that I'm getting ready to talk about. So you got a raw copy, a freaking raw copy that sold for $2,000. And I believe this thing sold for like maybe $3,000 to $4,000, maybe a couple years ago. It's tough to say, but yeah, this thing is perplexing. I don't know how many are available. I'm not quite sure how you got it, but I'm just putting it out there. Maybe somebody in the comments or in the chat, when they watch the replay, that they can kind of just you know let me know what the hell's going on with this book. Like, I thought I had a grasp back when it came out as to how you got it, but I forgot. I totally forgot. Uh Too busy for me. Yeah, 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 exactly. Yeah, this just it's a little too this art here is just a little too avant-garde for my taste. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little it's a little Tinkerbellish for my taste. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. But yeah, I would definitely sell. All right, not too much I wanted to say about it because this cover is ridiculous. Um I can't see it like Cena. It's too much. It's too much. All right. What's next? Gen 13 bootleg number 18. I love this book. So we have a Bruce Timm cover. So this is from 1998, and this is I'm not quite sure if it's like an incentive variant, like, or maybe it's just a regular cover B. I can't imagine it being an incentive variant, just like an alternate cover since it's like 1998. But yeah, man, I remember searching for this book for the longest time. For the longest time. And I remember coming across this in the dollar bin, like, I want to say like maybe 5, 6 years ago, and just thinking I struck gold. But yeah, I like this book a lot. And I remember when I first like caught wind of it, I'm just like, oh, I gotta have it, gotta have it. I didn't even realize who Bruce Timm was at the time. I'm just like, this is a cool cover, and we gotta have it. So take a look at the sit. Damn. Okay, so looking at the census here, there's only 21 on the census. Only 21. This is a modern book, and there's only 21 on the census. Huh. Okay. All right. And 19. Okay. So 19 Universal and 2 signature and only 798s. Only 798s of Gen 13 bootleg on the census. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. So let's take a look at some of these sales here. So we had a 9.8 that sold for $600. We had a raw copy that sold for 50, and then we had another 9.8 that sold for $700 after 28 bids. So yeah, man, this is a very respectable book. Holy cow! Wow. Okay, I didn't. You know what? Okay. So the only set. Okay, so there only being 7 on the census, and this thing's selling for $600 to $700. It makes sense now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But yeah. All right, now let's take a look at this variant here. Now, this is a variant that I've been after for quite some time, but never quite, like, I've always been like maybe a second too late when it comes to this book. So we have Miss Marvel number 2 from 2014. Damn, this is a 10-year-old variant now. This is the 1 in 50 Jorge Molina variant. So take a look at the census here, 86 total, 29.98. And okay, so we have a 9.8 that sold for 1300 13.2 $100. I don't know, I'm getting tongue twatted. tongue-tied saying 1,300 or $1,320. 1,003. Oh, gee. What? Oh, gee. I got the my numbers are all jacked up. 1,320. Sold for 1,320. And I messed up. I messed up on the price there. But I sold for 1,320. And okay, so my story with this book is this thing back in the day was all over my comic shop. Speaking of my comic shop, which was the seller here, like this thing would be like, okay, so there was a time where you would check the newly listed on my comic shop, and where I would like kind of refresh my want list at a specific point of time during the day, right? And that's when like all of their like new in stock stuff would pop up. And sometimes it would pop up on the books on my want list. And I remember being like 2 minutes late, and they had like 5 copies of this book for $20 a piece, and they just sold it all at once. And I was just like, you got to be kidding me. And I remember just missing it by like just a couple of minutes. So yeah, man. This book, it still burns. And every time this book was available on my comic shop for like dirt cheap for like $20 or something like that, I would always miss it. So yeah. And I can't imagine this is the height of this book. You know, Kamala Khan fever was like all throughout like 2020 through like 2022. You know what I'm saying? So this isn't the height of this book, but 1,300 is still very respectable for this variant here. All right. Okay, now here's a book that I do have. So Dirty Pair, Run from the Future, #1. This is the Adam Hughes variant. I forget if this is a ratio variant or not, but what did I want to say? Good looking cover. Planet Comics homage. I don't know. Planet Comics. What's up, Joe? But yeah, I do have this book in the 9.8, and I'm very happy about that. You know what? I'm thinking he does. I'm thinking Mr. Longshore does have this book. But nice. All right, cool. But this is a beautiful. I don't know what it is about this book. This book feels severely underpriced for what it is. Okay, so 235 on the census. Okay, that seems like a lot for a modern, but only 99 copies are a 9.8, and then you got 15. Then you got 15 signature series, making 114 total. And okay, so we had multiple sales just this week for this book. All right. So if you can't see the screen too clearly, so we had a raw copy that sold for $241. Okay, raw copy that sold for $241. A CGC 9.8 that sold for $380, and that was a buy it now or best offer. A 9.4 that sold for $275. That was a buy it now or best offer accepted. And another raw copy that sold for $255 after 35 bids. So yeah, this has been a very, very busy book this weekend. So Dirty Pair, Run from the Future, Adam Hughes cover. Hell yeah. I'm with this book all day, every day. Love this cover. All right. And I believe this might be the last stop on the train. But we have Green Lantern #55. So this is the 1 in 25 Doug Mankey variant. And I like this book a lot. I actually come across the last time I came across this book was probably last year, and I believe I've come across this book about, I want to say about 3 different times, but I really like this cover a lot. To me, this is probably the book to have after Omega Men #3. Maybe even before Omega Men #3, but this is the Lobo book to get, in my humble opinion. I really like this. I like this cover a lot, where he has all of the lantern power rings from different colors of different colored um power rings. Shoot. I I'd have to ask him, but I don't remember him saying that he had this book, because it seems like if he did have it, I would know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we got to see. I got to ask him. But okay, so Bruce, I pressed this for a friend who found it in the dollar bin. Oh, nice. Hell yeah. That's what's up. Hell yeah. Green Lantern 55 is way harder to find. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would think I like, to me, this is probably the Lobo cover to get. So I can flip flop. So I would say this book, then Omega Men #3. How about that? I'm easily flip floppable. How about that? But let's take a look at the census. So 126 total. We have a 99. We have a 99 on the census. 64 9/8 and 11 9/8 signature series. Okay. Hell yeah. And we've got a raw copy that sold for $300. I did check 130 point, and it did sell for that $300. So yeah, man, this is a like I said, I like this book a lot, and for it to sell for $300 raw, this raw copy sold for $300. So, and when you think about that dirty pair, like you had a 9/8 that sold for 380. You know what I'm saying? So, what are we talking about here? I'm not sure what to make of this. I'm not sure what to make of any of this. But yeah, so this was the last book. I wanted to get into some other listings, but we can do that next week because my tummy hurts and I want some water and I want to go to bed. Like, I've been up since 4 a.m. and I had pizza and beer. So hey, listen. It's time to go to sleep, y'all. It is so time to go to sleep. I'm so sleepy and tired, and I'm thirsty, and my tummy hurts. But I thank you guys for watching. I guess I was shorthanded today, but I don't know. I thought this show was gonna go really short, but I'm pretty damn. I realize how long winded I can be. So I thank you guys for watching. Yeah, Sunday is fun day. Like I kind of I like towards like when the show, like the closer I get towards the show, like the more kind of jittery I am. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, anything can happen. But then when that show actually starts, then I settle down. So yeah, and I had no clue I had so much to say about freaking comics. Who knew? Who knew? Who knew? Who knew? My tummy hurts. Yeah, man, I gotta find Sylvester. Listen, me and Sylvester, we partied. We had she had pizza with me. And yeah, man, she's been full ever since. She took a couple of bites of cat food. Afterwards, she was like, "Nope, can't do it." So yeah, me and Sylvester had a pizza party. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you with another hot book alert next week, and another haul video, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. So everybody, good night. Good night, everybody. I found this replica of Sylvester you need to get. All right, everybody. I will see you next week. All right. Deuces, everybody.